Alright, perfect. So we are back for day 2, ladies and gentlemen. If you watched yesterday's stream and you are back today, thank you very much. But it's actually going crazy right now because, as you can see, if I go to the 4 hour, not the 4 minute, 4 hour, you can see that this gap right here, it touched it. It touched the gap. And I don't know if you'd call this technically a fill. I'm not completely liking that this would be a fill here. And this is, you know what, might be the same exact thing as yesterday, matter of fact. Is it place? Alright. So it seems to be doing exactly what happened the glitch day that I had, where I'm placing my contracts in, and it's not placing it in the market. I could just refresh here and see what's really popping. You can see, yes, that's exactly what just happened here. Yes. So I am like 10 contracts in, which is not really what I like to do, if I'm being completely honest with you. There usually is an arrow, but I'm not seeing that. Oh, right here, perfect. So I should have just refreshed. Actually, I'm going to close this right here. Boom, we closed it. I don't know how much we just made off that trade, but that trade, just forget that ever happened. I think we made like 60. So we see a fair value gap right here on this 5 minute. Could wait for the reversal, or it could go down. Now I am actually going to go and buy in here and put my stop loss right here. So this is like insane already. I saw what I wanted to see, and it looks good. So if we go to the 45 minute, we can see this thing right here. We could have actually stayed in for a bit longer. I might have actually rushed that, but I want to see this gap right here be filled. My stop loss is at a weird place. It is actually right at this break of structure that we have, which is right here. Could get stopped out here just to fill out these other contracts. That's a possibility. Dude, this is great. This is, well, yesterday did the same exact thing, but a lot of trades kind of do go like that. Like I instantly place that bet in, and then it either goes the way I want it or it just really stops. But maybe I rush this. Hello? Alright. We're taking a chill pill for right now. That, I don't know what the fuck just happened there. Yeah, we made 73 off that first trade. Price went above my stop loss. Completely fine. It did hit this gap and actually was on my phone, and I saw that it was hitting the gap. I was like, oh shit. I'm not gonna wait for 2:30, I might as well get on. And I did. Let's delete all of these. We already made that. We already made that. This could be another bearish day. That pullback, this pullback right here is not looking too good. So that means it didn't fully fill this gap entirely, and also didn't want to touch these contracts down here. But that's where you don't really know. That's why we're going to the 5-minute, and we're going to see what's really happening. So it might do an inverse fair value gap right here. That's why we're going to wait. If I want to see even more, I actually could go to the 3-minute. You already took out the bottom half of this fair value gap that we have. This bearish one. We're not completely taking out this entire fair value gap yet. Or that's what we're gonna see. Or if it even wants to fill this contract of this change of character. But yeah, I told you it was eventually going to go to the gap, and it fucking did. I mean, yeah, this one has a high possibility on the reverse, and probably taking this con. I wouldn't say it's going to go full bullish over this at the beginning of this fair value gap. I would definitely take out the fair value in that gap. The price just might go back to this change of character or to daily open. But that's a good bottom take right there. This has been a good trade to enter. Very good trade to enter. I missed it though. That's fine that I missed it. We'll set it look out for that in the future. Yeah, I lost. When that shit hit my stop loss, I lost 288. All I gotta say is that 10 contract trade, I closed that at the right time. Thank God it actually showed up after I refreshed. Usually, last time it didn't even show up when I refreshed. It showed no contracts were even in. And even my P&L, it didn't show my P&L at all. Yeah, so this is most likely gonna do a full reversal or a halfway reversal. I want to see it go past the weekly open. Or let's get if it gets this contract, that'd be really nice. I don't think there's any other. You see if there's any other contracts below. There's not. There's no contracts below. But this is the contract that's most likely going to be feeding here. But this should get filled out. This might be it right here. But yesterday, there were contracts at this low. Yes, as you can see, the contract on the 45-minute is gone right there. Let's reappear. This one's still here as well. And I actually want to have that right there. Nice. Hello? Thank you. Or can I go for the template? So that's gonna be our breakthrough. You want this to break underwards. And I mean, yesterday, I'll be honest. Yesterday, day one was a pretty easy trade to take. We dumped 500 points, bearish side, and we went for the gap. That was like probably the easiest one we could have taken, and that's why, I mean, I wasn't really worried. Today is different. We have sort of filled this gap with this candle right here. Thank you. We have sort of actually filled the gap with this candle with wick. This wick right here. But I want to see this actually completely break through this previous candle. I definitely went in too early. I was not. I mean, me and Mr. Mentor were legit talking about mental this morning and how you need to be mentally strong and mentally there and not absent for it. And that goes for just everything. Position size, when you want to take your trades. And if I like see a trade that I like and like have a very good feeling about it and I see these change of structures as fair value gap, I'm gonna enter. Alright, there's 40 seconds left in this candle. And there's a breakthrough. So I'm gonna okay. So I'm obviously gonna wait for these 40 seconds. Because I could enter and this can just do a bearish move, I mean bullish move. 17, 15. Yeah. This could be pretty good downtrend here. I'm ready to enter. Shorts. We're gonna see what this next candle produces. Yep, entering. Hopefully it loads in. I'll put my stop loss. Right, this previous candle. Then we want another breakthrough. Like, see this breakthrough? We're going to want another one of those for right here. And that would be pretty, like, sublime if we got that. And this is what we're going for right here. Because obviously didn't want to touch that contract. It is a bit iffy because there are no small contracts right here to help price go. That's, again, we want to fill the rest of this gap and go to these contracts. Well, this is a big wick to fill here. There's 3 minutes left in this 45. And we might stay at, you might be down for a lot of this trade. This is going to be the final trade right here of the day, because after that hit my stop loss, that's it for me. I gotta realize that that was very stupid to do, and I should not have done that. And I should have known not to press sell twice. That's just me being a dumbass. I should have just refreshed and did that. What's it right? I actually could put my take profit at 300. Just to take it out on the day because you did lose 288. You obviously don't want to be down on the day. That's not the point of this. The point of this is to stick to a strategy, be good at risk management, and do your thing. You know what I mean? That's the whole point of this. It's not to be greedy. It's the last thing you want. And the Fed's chair. Oh, we just get stopped out, didn't we? It's alright. That doesn't make us like, yeah, we could have waited till 2:30. That's just me itching for the fucking markets here. This is a little stop loss hunt for me, huh? Yeah. Alright, we're already on the 45-minute. Okay. I see. Yeah. Now it's going back up through my breakthrough. It's reversing my breakthrough. Alright. Yeah, it is creating a bullish candle here. And that's the thing about your mental when you're doing this. This was a big fuck up trade, I'd say. I definitely did not listen or stay to my rules even before I even hopped on the charts. I knew that things were going to happen, but they just flew out of my mind, and I didn't think of them. I knew that the Fed chairs and shit, that was happening at 2:30. A lot of price is going to be going there. And it could be good for this gap. It really could be. But right now I'm debating if I should even take another trade or not. As you can see, it's pretty volatile at this moment. Pretty volatile. It's just staying right at my breakthrough. Now 2 trades is my max, just because I don't want to overtrade. But in other words, if I do see a good setup here, I will take a quick short. Like if this goes above this breaker block here again, then I will probably enter shorts. But if not, then it is what it is. I'd say this is the sweet spot right here. I want that price action to go right here. I want to stay at that breaker structure. It is struggling a lot. I actually could have entered off this bullish candle. It might have been profit all the way down here. That's the thing. It's very challenging. I just want to go a little bit higher. Yeah, like there. I'll put my sell right there. Put my stop loss at the top of this wick. And this is the final trade. 288. I'm doing the math on it right now. Alright, so we're down 474 for the day. That's already. That was because of that first stop loss, which that fucked us pretty good. Because not only did it go past my stop loss, it stopped me out past my stop loss. And that hits hard, but it happens. Now I'm gonna look for this pullback here. It's been staying in this breaker zone for a few minutes now. It's just scratching my stomach. Yep, there we go. Alright. I am done for the day. I really wanted those shorts, and yeah. I thought it was done retracing this fair value gap right here. I guess it's not. It might do a full reversal on that. Full inverse. Now it's taking out these contracts. Yep, it just fully took out those contracts. It could now search for these ones right here. But that's like, oh, still more? No. It's almost filled them all. That's why I want to use heat map though. If I use heat map, I can really see the inner workings of these contracts. You can tell these are all getting filled right here. This might be the candle that takes out this higher contract, actually. That's a brand new candle. I might actually just take out that contract. Yep. Fully, basically inverse this candle right here. Might fill the rest of this contract. So that's why it was actually ticking in that zone. The reason why price was staying right here on this wick, and see how it wicked right here. The reason why price was staying in this little zone right here is because that is the golden zone of this 45 minute, which would be right here. It was just staying in that golden zone. But I really don't think it's gonna take out this higher contract up here. That's just such a small amount of contracts, and it already took out the golden zone of this one, and it's still filling the 45. Oof. That's probably one of the worst losses I've taken in a while. That's because I didn't listen to my rules. That's 618 down on the day. Yeah, that's pretty fucking insane. Need to stick to my rules more. Alright. I'm not going to keep beating myself up on where the market's going to go next. We have tomorrow, and that will be just another trading day. I got to make sure I really lock into my shit. Today I didn't look at any news. I just went on the market and saw that it started filling the gap. That got me overly excited. I didn't look at any news. Mr. Mentor actually told me that the chair meetup was happening. I didn't see it myself. That usually never happens. So like sought after this gap being fucking filled. This one gap right here. I just wanted to get it filled. And that was the death of me for these trades. I mean, look at this fucking candle. Do you realize how insane this is? If I didn't keep my bias on filling this, and I paid attention to this rejection wick right here, I could have entered off this rejection wick. Legit could have entered off of it and gotten this entire trade right here. A nice 252 points. That's the trade I could have taken. Right here. But no. I was too stuck on the fact that I want to fill that gap. Which is crazy. It's pumping even more now. It's pumping even more now. This entire candle I missed out on. That's a good candle. Right here's a good tell. How much is this wick? This wick in total was 168 point wick. Craziness. I would end up trailing my stop loss right below this, and now it's a profit. But this is where we learn. I'm not going to focus too much that I lost all that today. I'm just going to focus on what I need to do better next time, and we'll do that. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, thank you. Be on tomorrow. I might do market open too and see what's happening on market open. I might, because I used to do, there's an 8 a.m. orb on ES futures, obviously. And I got that from Mr. Mentor, but I also tried I ended up implementing into SPY, but instead of the 8 a.m., I did the 9 to 9:15 orb, and that's worked before a couple of times. I ended up stopped trading on SPY because I like US tech a lot more. I really like this market, but that's just easy grabs right there for SPY. So I could do market open for that. I'll check both of them. Yeah, missed out on that. Thank you, everybody.